Man, you ever wonder what kind of car laughs in the face of time? I am talking about machines from the 80s, back when leg warmers were cool and MTV actually played music, that are still out there, grinding out miles in 2025. These are the survivors, the daily drivers that just refuse to die. And there's one car on this list, a real underdog, that's gonna blow your mind when we get to number 1. Stick with me, cause this ride's gonna be a wild one. Welcome to Garticler, where we don't just talk cars, we live them, breathe them, and probably dream about them too. I'm your host, a guy who's been elbow deep in engine grease since I could hold a wrench. Today, we're diving into 10 cars from the 1980s that are still tearing up the roads. Not as trailer queens, but as real deal daily drivers. These ain't just cars, they're legends, built with the kind of soul you don't find in today's touchscreen commuters. Let's hit the gas. Number 10. The Volvo 240. This thing's a brick with a heart of gold. Those red block engines B21, B23, can rack up 500,000 miles if you just change the oil and whisper sweet nothings to them. I knew a guy, Swede, named Lars, who drove his 86 240 wagon from college to retirement. Faded paint, cracked dash, still purring like a kitten. Check the sills for rust, those times cruel to even the toughest Swedes. Number 9. Toyota Land Cruiser, FJ60. Japan's answer to the Jeep, built to outlast the apocalypse. These things were crawling over deserts and jungles before SUVs became soccer mom shuttles. The 2F straight 6 engine, understressed, overbuilt, like a sumo wrestler doing yoga. Parts are still everywhere, and there's a cult of owners who'd rather sell their kids than their FJ. Saw one in Montana last year, covered in mud, grinning like it just won a bar fight. Number 8. Nissan Hardbody. This little pickup's got Z24 and KA24 engines that just won't quit. Mini trucks were king in the 80s. Think Toyota pickups, Chevy S10s, Ford Rangers, but the Hardbody's the one you still see hauling lumber or slammed to the pavement by some kid who wasn't even born when it rolled off the line. Tough as nails, simple as a hammer. A buddy of mine swears his 89 Hardbody's got more miles than the moon landing. Number 7. Honda Civic, 3rd gen. These things were cockroaches of the road, small, scrappy, and impossible to kill. The 1.5-liter engine was a masterclass in efficiency, and you could fix it with a screwdriver and a prayer. I remember my cousin's 87 Civic, rusted to hell but still zipping through city traffic like it owned the place. Honda's secret: they built these like they cared. Still see 'em in college towns, driven by kids who don't know how good they've got it. Number 6. Jeep Cherokee XJ. This one's the godfather of SUVs. Solid front axle, bulletproof 4.0-liter inline 6, and a unibody that could take a beating. They're so cheap now, off-roaders treat 'em like disposable razors. Bash 'em, strip 'em, grab another. But the ones still on the road, they're family heirlooms. I saw an 89 XJ in a Walmart parking lot, dented but proud, like a boxer who never tapped out. Number 5. Ford F-Series, 7th gen. The 80s F-150s were America in metal form, big, loud, and built to work. Number 4. Mercedes W123. Forget your fancy modern Benzes, where the tanks, diesel or gas, didn't matter. They'd run forever if you kept up with maintenance. My old neighbor had an 83 300D, looked like it had been through a war, but it started every morning, no questions asked. Drive one, and you'll get why cabbies in Europe swore by 'em. Like rolling in a vault with wheels. Number 3. Volkswagen Type 2 bus, the combi, the hippie van. Call it what you want, this thing's a time machine. Air-cooled or water-cooled, these vans are still hauling surfboards and dreams in 2025. Brazil kept making 'em into the 2010s, so parts are no issue. I met a guy in Cali with an 82 Westfalia, lived in it for a decade, said it's the only home he'll ever need. That's not a car, that's a lifestyle. Number 2. SOB 900. Quirky, Swedish, and tough as hell. The non-turbo versions were plenty peppy, and the whole car was like a love letter to weirdos who wanted something different. Rust is the enemy, but find a clean one, and it's a daily driver that turns heads. My buddy's 89 900 had a headliner sagging like a bad haircut, but that engine, purring smoother than a jazz sax. And here's the one you've been waiting for, the hidden gem, the king of 80s survivors, the Datsun 510. This little sedan has got no right to be this good, but it's a legend in disguise. Think of it as the underdog that could outrun half the sports cars of its day. The 1.6-liter engine's bulletproof. The chassis is Lotus-tuned, and it's got room for the whole family. I saw one at a car show last month, driven daily by a guy who bought it new in '81. No rust, no fuss, just pure, honest driving joy. Why is it number 1? Because it's the car nobody expects to still be kicking ass, but here it is, laughing at the scrapyard. These cars aren't just metal and rubber, they're stories. They're late-night drives with the windows down. First dates, cross-country moves, and at one time you thought you could fix it yourself. They're proof that when engineers poured their hearts into something, it could outlast fads, rust, and even common sense. The 80s gave us some of the toughest, most soulful machines ever, and in 2025, they're still out there, spitting in the face of obsolescence. So, here's the big question. What's the car in your life that refused to die? That one ride that's carried you through hell and back, still ready for another lap? Drop it in the comments. Hit that like button if you're a gearhead like me, and subscribe to Garticler for more stories that make you want to turn the key and drive. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and the passion side up.